guys, we're back for another Dokkan battle video. Let's go and hop into this is Universe 6, Super Battle Road right here. We're gonna use the Dokkan Fest Kale and KALIFLA led team, the Bond of Friendship / Rapid Growth team. This team is very good, and it's gonna be very good for all content, specifically with some of the new EZAs, right? We've got some options. I could have brought the TEQ Super Saiyan 2 Kabe on here. One thing that is, I guess, a bit of a mystery and sort of very unfortunate about this is a unit that is not on their team, again, Bond of Friendship and Rapid Growth, is Kabe. The Int Kabe is not on here. It's odd that they chose to make him Super Saiyan and not Super Saiyan 2, because it's like, it seemed like they had wanted you to use him with the new Kale and KALIFLA, sort of. I mean, you know you have to use him with Vegeta for him to be, like, truly, like, good. But it is odd that he's not even on their team. Now, Super Saiyan 2 Kabe is on Rapid Growth right here, right? But they don't have the Super Saiyan variant of him on there, which, I mean, honestly doesn't really make a ton of sense. I would think all, like, the fights Kabe has and stuff like that, he does exhibit sort of that rapid, explosive growth, right? It's I don't know, it's very bizarre. But with this team, we should be pretty good to go. I mean, we probably could very easily no-item this, honestly. Like, TEQ KALIFLA is going to be, like, impossible to hit. You know, even without Universal Survival Saga enemies, I don't think we're going to see her taking damage, really. Alright, so let's just destroy this. This is going to be a massacre right here. Kale, by the way, remember that Kale, you know, I do have these units EZA'd, you know, Kale and then the SCR KALIFLA. I still got to do their level 10 link videos. My KALIFLA at this point is actually done, but Int Kale is still a few links away. The TEQ KALIFLA and Kale are going to look really good, I think, like, sort of in this situation right here, where we could have a unit to serve as their umbrella in TEQ KALIFLA, and then on the other rotation, we'll have STR Kale sort of serving as the umbrella for TEQ Kale and KALIFLA. So this is how the TEQ Kale and KALIFLA can truly excel, is like a situation like this, where we can get, yeah, that attack stat's pretty, like, I'll take that right there. If they could want to drop 3 of these right here in this situation, Super Battle Road, we'll take that. But only the normals. They really have got to get those additional supers in for their damage to be, like, super good. This shouldn't hurt. Yeah, it's nothing. But they really have to get multiple super attacks in for Kale and KALIFLA's, like, attacks to like, actually be, like, very potent, right? Otherwise, their damage is just sort of middling, honestly. Not really anything too exceptional, right? Now, STR KALIFLA, we're not going to see it, right? It's crazy how ridiculous STR KALIFLA, like, really is. She's more so going to serve as just, like, a floater on this team, right? And again, she's very, very nutty, that STR KALIFLA. Like this team, it's looking good, right? Like, like a lot of these core teams, Universe 6, Rapid Growth, Bond of Friendship, Universal Survival Saga, all these sort of, like, builds, like, are all a lot better now. Peppy Gals as well, right? Peppy Gals, like, they've been giving them a lot of love this year between Dokkan Fest Fidel. Like, they've gotten multiple Dokkan Fests and stuff, so Peppy Gals is looking good for sure, right? And I think Android 18 is definitely in line to get one at some point. Again, if Videl can get a Dokkan Fest, there's a lot of characters who can get Dokkan Fest, right? All right, so what are they at right here? 200. So they're at 219k. That's with 1 super attack, no support, but they did attack 3 times, right? You do want to remember the thing about this unit, this Kale and KALIFLA unit, right, is that even though they do not stack up like on a normal attack, they're still going to be building up attack and defense the way their passive works, right? What is it? They are getting... Is it 8% or 6%? Oh, let me just quickly double check it. It's either 8% or 6% they get, like, per attack, right? It's 6%. They get 6% attack and defense with every attack performed up to 60%. So even if it's normals, they are still building up a little bit, which will allow them again, to function really quite well. A lot of the time. I mean, this, I don't know, maybe this stage isn't really too tough, but this is a nice glimpse into, like, going into one of these sort of stages that's not exactly super brand new, and seeing the way it can just get massacred by, like, one of these, like, sort of, like, newer era units, right? Like, you know, this Kale and KALIFLA, they're on a lot of Super Battle Road stages now where they're going to be able to really help out, right? Like, Peppy Gals has got normal Peppy Gals and Extreme. Universal Survival Saga has both. Patara has both, right? Like, you just have a lot of, like, categories this unit would help out. This, I think this Kale and KALIFLA, they're a really good unit for, like, new players to get. Between how easy it is to obtain, you know, maybe like Int Kale, SCR KALIFLA, you know, every Goku is pretty much on the Bond of Friendship category. It would just be very easy to build, like, a nice starting roster around the TEQ KALE and KALIFLA, and sort of let them handle business, right? So I think that they are actually, like, they're really good, right? In the harder Super Battle Road stages, they certainly can struggle right at the start, right? Because, like, again, this attacks that, I mean, this is basically a 5 miller right there, so that's good. Especially if they want to give us another super. They didn't. But that's where they could start to look really impressive, right? Is when they're popping out multiple supers and you're going up against a Universal Survival Saga category enemy. But it's like, without a Universal Survival Saga enemy, the base Kale and KALIFLA, their damage is definitely going to be a little bit unimpressive. Let's go for Frieza right here. The STR KALIFLA, she's got a 60% chance to dodge. So it's, I doubt, like, the AGL Frieza would really, like, mess us up or anything like that. But we'll sort of just play it safe. So there we go. Let me know what you guys think. But you can see how, like, you know, TEQ KALIFLA and SCR Kale, they've always been overpowered. Those two units have always been, like, just ridiculous. And now, like, there's a lot of pieces that have sort of filled in on the team together to make this team really solid. You know, LR Kale and KALIFLA are still, like, a really good unit when it comes to, like, going through long events and stuff like that. And, you know, they can have their spot value in stages like this as well, right? For sure. But look at this. This is just a joke. Like, these enemies, they're really not that strong. I should have done a different regular Super Battle Road stage. Maybe I could have gone into, like, Final Trump Card. That would be tricky. That's tricky with the, you know, the Vegito and Gogeta leaders. But could have gone into there. Could have gone into Rapid Growth. That, of course, has got another stage. I do run Rapid Growth pretty often, though. That's the only thing about that, right? Like, I am constantly running that Rapid Growth stage. I've done a bunch of videos, you know, with, like, LR, Gohan, and Krillin and stuff like that, sort of, like, going through that stage. But I do like these full world tours because it does give me an opportunity to show off some of these other newer units at the same time. Although I guess this video really is just turning into an STR Kale and TEQ KALIFLA showcase, really. Putting them in slot 1. Like, well, dude, they just attack so much. Like, TEQ KALIFLA last turn triple supered. It's like STR Kale's going Hamtaro as well. It's like, ay, relax, my G. God. All right, it's over. It's over. Yeah, see, this is a run that makes all these units look really good. Okay, but here, now we're going against enemies that are not Universal Survival Saga, right? This Beerus and Whis. So, TEQ KALIFLA and Kale, their damage will drop a bit. TEQ KALIFLA is no longer guaranteed dodging. Kale is still guarding, though. Kale just needs a KALIFLA to guard. That's what's so good about Kale. I guess we'll focus in on Beerus. I mean, we're rocking so many tech units, so let's focus in on getting rid of Beerus, right? Maybe I should have gone for Whis because, you know, he's going to be, like, he's got a lot less health than Beerus, but we should be fine. And TEQ KALIFLA has a very high chance to dodge. I think is it 96%? I think with a full, like, Peppy Gal, sort of like Universe 6 build, I think KALIFLA has a 96% chance to dodge. Let me double check TEQ KALIFLA again. Let me see what her I'll try and I'm not exactly a calcer here. So she gets 8% chance to dodge per Universe 6 or Peppy Gal category LM team. No, I think it's over 100. All right, because that's, what is that? That's 8 times 7. No, it's 16 times 7. Yeah, so, yeah. All right, so yeah, she doesn't really. She still has a 100% chance to dodge. That TEQ KALIFLA's silly. All right, we did take some damage there, but we are going to be good. Do I have to use an item here? Since I haven't used items, oh, let's just go for the no item run. Since we have not used items up to this point, let's just keep that going. We should still be good. Yeah, we're probably going to get the Dokkan attack next turn, so if we survive this turn, we should still be good, right? Like if STR, Kale, and some of these units, if we want to do a lot of damage to Beerus, we should be good. But, yeah, one thing about this run right here is just to establish Kale and KALIFLA. Like I've tried to frame a lot of these videos around this Dokkan Fest Kale and KALIFLA in really showing how busted their team is. Like, you can just do so many different variants, so many good builds to allow you to really, really dominate runs thanks to how good that their leader skill is, right? Like, that's the thing about this Kale and KALIFLA. Between their viability for long events, their really good leader skill, I could see this being a pretty valuable unit moving forward, right? You do want to keep that in mind. So let's just go ahead and Beerus lived with just a sliver. Okay. I think we're going to be okay, because she has type advantage against Whis, even if Whis would hit her. Yep. Okay, perfect. What are we thinking? Do we just blast them away with Kale and KALIFLA? Dokkan attack? Well, no, because you still have a 100% chance to dodge, so the answer is no, we're not. I was thinking about it, but, I mean, KALIFLA still has a 100% chance to dodge, so yeah, we won't do that. If LR, Kale, and KALIFLA, if I had gotten the Dokkan attack with them, though, we definitely would have finished it off. I think we should be good. As long as Whis doesn't just, like, drop a super attack. I don't know if Whis will be able to do enough damage, though. I think we're pretty much good at this point. I think we got the dub secured, the no item run secured. You know, pretty casual, very casual. I mean, honestly, this stage, I guess, has never really been that tough. The extreme version of the stage is going to be pretty interesting when that drops, though, right? Like, they're going to have to account for, like, TEQ KALIFLA and stuff like that. So I imagine an extreme version of this stage is going to be really nutty. It's probably going to be annoying as hell, dude. I'm thinking it's going to be a real bitch taking down the extreme version of this stage, because look at how they do this with some of these, like, major, like, categories, right? Teams like Universal Survival Saga, Pure Saints. Oh, we just lived. Yeah, we're good. That's it. GG. Nice. We lived with, like, 20,000 HP. Now Kale is guarding, right? But she's also got type advantage. She's going to get the Dokkan attack. The only way... Nah, because I think Kale and then the Dokkan Fest Kale and KALIFLA, they should finish Whis off before we even get to Int Kale at the end. Although Int Kale is no slouch, by the way. Remember, Int Kale is showing like 100k defense a lot of the time, but she gets 120% on super. So Int Kale is actually like a very reasonable support type unit who is not going to bring the team down by taking 1 billion damage. That's the thing about supports, right? Is you really want supports to be nice defensively. And Int Kale, I think, has that handled. She's going to be reasonably defensively, so I think you probably would be safe to bring her into like a lot of the difficult content right now. But there we go. There's a pretty casual no item run completed right there. Didn't really struggle too much at all. Kale and KALIFLA, the best way to use them is sort of like that, I would think, which is like we sort of bring like TEQ Kale and KALIFLA, or the TEQ KALIFLA STR Kale sort of to serve as an umbrella, and then allow Kale and KALIFLA to sort of handle their business in slot 2, right? Really able to get a lot of attacks in, so that they're able to build up their defense. Even, I think giving them additionals as well can really help them, because even if it's an additional normal, hidden potential system additional normal, you're still building up their attack and defense from their passive, right? So it's very, very helpful, very handy to make sure that they're getting their 3 attacks per turn. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.